remaining before the World Cup finals. England against Czechoslovakia. The commentators are Trevor Brooking and Barry Davis.
For good or ill, tomorrow's headline writers await the performance of Paul Gascoigne, and he wears number 8 in what is Bobby Robson's 85th match in charge, and for which he uses an 86 different player. He is Lee Dixon, the Arsenal fullback, who along with Gaza and Steve Bull has a chance to take. And also in the absence of Barnes and Waddle, there's an opportunity for the two wide men in midfield, Trevor Steven and Steve Hodge, who are between the usual style of a back four and two up front. Czechoslovakia too have players missing because of club commitments, but West Ham United are happy to make available to them their new goalkeeper, Ludek Mikloško. 3 of their players play their football in West Germany and 1 in Italy, and they have 4 members of the perennial champions, Sparta Prague. They play with a sweeper behind a back 4 with Hašek, Kubik and Moravcik in midfield and 2 up front. The ruling on the substitutions is that a goalkeeper +3 will be allowed unless there is a serious injury. 3 of the England players expecting a call, and I'm sure Tony Daly hoping for one. Lee Dixon, to set the record, he's the 64th new cap to be awarded by Bobby Robson. We have French officials in charge. Michel Girard making his first appearance in England. He's not on the World Cup panel, and the 2 linesmen are Rémi Harel and Michel Nuet. Harel on the far side, incidentally, ran in the London Marathon a couple of years ago. England attacking the goal to our left. There's Walker and Stuart Pearce, both of whom, along with Steve Hodge, will be back here at the weekend in the Littlewoods Cup final. Steve Bull, a bit strong for Hodge. Steve Bull winning his 4th cap. Doubtless remember that he scored on his debut in pretty dramatic style against Scotland at Hampden Park. Gascoigne called for it, got it. Free kick is given for the late challenge. Really this match amounting to a trial game for Gascoigne. The referee didn't like that challenge. The Spurs player claiming that he won the ball, but I think most referees would have given a free kick for that. It looked dangerous, even if it wasn't. He certainly took off a bit. Yes. First notes for the England manager. Doesn't have to select a 40 anymore, just a 22. And he said he'd do that after the Denmark game. They've left a man in the middle, and the man in the middle didn't take advantage of it. The little captain, Ivan Hašek. But Butcher and Pearce actually took the same man then, and they left the skipper unmarked. Yeah, Butcher, I think, got a hair in the face, if nothing more. No free kick. Ball clears it, finds Lineker. That's well played by Gary Lineker. Dixon. Inside is Steven, behind is Walker. England team of 6 changes from the last match here. Not quite so good by Lineker, that one. It's difficult to judge a team performance when a number of players are really wanting to impress as individuals to get into the squad. It's quite a problem, Trevor Brooking, that.
Well, I think you mentioned the 4 players, really, Lee Dixon, Steve Hodge, Paul Gascoigne and Stevie Bull, probably the fringe players that will be trying to impress. Lee Dixon perhaps coming in as the outside with Paul Parker and Gary Stevens, but probably Steve Bill, Gary Lineker, the interesting pairing up front, I think, for me tonight.
And Bull certainly will not lack endeavour. What he has to prove is that he has international qualities. He's already got a black eye, but I don't think he's picked that up this evening. probably while scoring 27 goals for Wolves, continuing his high scoring whatever the division. Pearce might just have a crack now. Does indeed. Struck it well with his left foot. Mikloško right behind the line, but he would have felt it as it arrived. Bilek, Moravcik. And off the check down the middle. Skuravi trying to lose Walker. This is Kubik. Hasek. And off the check has come out to the right. And that's a very, very good goal. Quite beautifully taken by Skuravi and well applauded. England looked very uncomfortable. It was a simply worked attack across the field. Nice ball in by Konopnicek, and Skuravi wide of Peter Shilton's right hand. And that's the first goal that Czechoslovakia have scored here at Wembley. And incidentally, the 50th that England have conceded. And I think it's true to say that's not the first occasion in this match when they've had a little problem in the air. I remember an occasion when Butcher and Pearce took the same man on the near post. This is Hodge. And he gets the free kick as he runs into Kotzian. Butcher prepared to make the run across from the far side, two others with him. Nobody at the moment on the near post. Pearce leaves it for Gascoigne. It's hit way at the back, where Bull gets a free header. But nobody capitalising when the ball came across the box. Gascoigne. Banged away by Kubik. Free kick given against Kinnear. Butcher up again. Same ploy. Well claimed. Again, it was Bull coming in behind the goalkeeper. Well, he won't be pleased to be a goal down, Bobby Robson, but he might in fact learn more about the players he's got on the park this evening as a result of it. Taken by Bilek. Kubik a little slow. And here's Bull. Oh, well struck. It's 1-1. And really that came as a result of Kubik being caught in midfield. And the crowd roaring in appreciation. Gascoigne, who played it through with a superb pass from the outside of his foot, and it was rifled in past the goalkeeper. Was fairly high in the air. Very good pass and an excellent finish. The ball dropped beautifully on the instep, and the West Ham goalkeeper really didn't have a prayer. Bull's second goal and Gascoigne's first point made in the match.
And there he is. Here it is, outside of the right foot, floated over the Czech defence, just chested it down, sat up high into the net, and as you say, Mikloško, no chance. A superb goal, and perhaps that'll just settle some of the England players down now.
That's a free kick. Konopnicek, the player underneath Pearce. Konopnicek moving away as one of three, marked by three, and in the line with the far posts. The other two Czechoslovakians are Skuravi, scorer of their goal, and Hasek, the skipper. And it's going to be Kubik to take it. He could get round the outside of the wall, it seems to me. Goes the other way. Excellent try. They're very, very good at dead ball kicks, the Czechoslovakians. Everyone had his turn in practice yesterday evening, and the heads in the wall did not a bit. Corner one because of the error by Kinnear of Slovan Bratislava. Butcher got a bit of it, and Pearce is the scorer. And a nice celebration for Stuart Pearce of his 28th birthday yesterday. His first goal for England was actually the Czechoslovakian head that knocked it across, and Pearce got on top of it well to rifle it down. Good battling by Butcher, which caused the error, then by Lineker. And Pearce, 2-1 England. Robson. Trevor Stephen. Wandering from his right side patrol. Lineker. Making the point that Trevor Brooking just made, quite deep. Square of Gascoigne, he's gone for the return. Tottenham combination. And ended by Straka from Borussia Mönchengladbach. But nice play between the two. Hodge does well. Bull thinks about it, drives it. Well, it's the first thought in his mind is to have a crack at goal. Spun from right to left, but shouldn't have beaten an international goalkeeper from that range. Pass rather telegraphed by Moravcik. Gascoigne. There was a bit of space for a couple of players, but Gascoigne held on to it. Hodge. Well done if he can reach it, and he can, and it's a good cross. Trevor Stephen. Goal kick is the verdict, and the referee making some observations about people calling. Good play by Stevie Hodge.
Does well to get the cross in, and actually Trevor Stephen chests it down well, just as it drops over the half volley, just sliced it off the outside of his left foot.
One by Dixon. Done everything handily. The Arsenal player. Gascoigne. And through to Robson. I think there may have been a hand in controlling the ball there by the skipper. And so it was a useful little ball through. Didn't quite get hold of the shot anyway. Butcher. Bull far post. That's for Lineker. Bilek who came across to get it away. Skuravi, foul by Walker. Skanofnicek. Not a bad try, and it's a corner.
Just as well, his first touch took him wide there. If he could have taken it more through the middle, he wouldn't have given himself such a tight angle, which Peter Shilton got a hand to. I think it would have gone into the side netting, but he was taking no chances.
Curious for Bobby Robson that looking at other things to find answers, he's finding something that he thought was sure, not as sure as usual. Good save. Much as though he's posing for the artist. It's another corner. Peter Shilton, incidentally, making his 50th appearance in an international at Wembley and his 55th all told. Covered by Bull. Out by Walker. Not away yet, and they've got a wide man. Kotsian and Bull. Again, the defender. Even up the corners. Met by Pearce. And the whistle is the half-time whistle. And England, having been given a shock, came back well. A really delightful pass by Paul Gascoigne, setting up Steve Bull to score England's equaliser. And Stuart Pearce, birthday boy yesterday, giving England the lead. And it was Skuravi, the Czechoslovakian number 10, who shook England a little bit with his earlier goal in the 11th minute. Quite a lot, I think, for Bobby Robson to ponder, and not all the problems that those which he was expecting. But one young man has no doubt about his favourite, Gaza. David Seaman in goal is one of 3 changes for England at the start of the second half. Tony Dorigo gets another opportunity at left back. Second time he's been a substitute there. And Mark Wright plays his first game since the defeat by Holland in the European Championship. So he's had to wait a long time for another go. It's Bobby Robson using 3 of his substitutes. I wonder whether he's going to offer Tony Daly a chance. No changes in the Czechoslovakia lineup. And England, of course, now attacking the goal to the right. Changes, obvious enough, all defensive. It's Kubik. He was caught on the England equaliser by an excellent challenge from Steve Hodge. The enjoyment to Gascoigne was clear for all to see with that beautiful pass. Here's Dorigo. Offside against Hodge. Tony Dorigo, twice a second half substitute. He's been in every squad since the European Championship, bar 1. And off the check. Picked up by Trevor Steven. Going the long way round. And the header was from Lineker. Yeah, their opportunity, had the ball been played, might have been more productive. Gascoigne. Stephen gets away again. Robson.
Jogging back there, he looked a lot worse because it ended up miles wide of the goal. He was trying to do a curler, whip it in towards the far post. One of those where you didn't quite get the curl, goes off the outside and everyone groans.
Good strong run forward by Kotsian. This is Knoflicek. Skuravi. This is a return, really. And maybe that was the result of Moravcik coming back onto the other foot and being off balance when the pass finally came. Dixon. Free kick given against Kinnear. 10 minutes of the second half gone, no additions to the score. 2-1 to England. Dixon wanted it forward again. Gascoigne calling for it. Now, is he going to go to the byline? He is indeed. There's a lot of curl too. Oh, that's a lovely goal. And Gascoigne has been involved in all three, and Stephen Bull has scored 2 of them. Did so well. Came outside. No apparent change in pace, but it was enough. He stumbled then, but went on, balanced himself. It was a lovely cross, curling away from the goalkeeper. It changed his mind, and Bull, well, it was a gift for him. Absolutely right on his forehead. All he had to do was to get a little bit of meat, and it's 3 for England.
Well, 2 of the new ones have combined rather well. First for the equaliser, and then early in the second half, Gascoigne drifting past a couple of tackles, whipping in a great cross that the goalkeeper started to come but would never have got near. And Stevie Bull, as you say, unmarked. A free header, but you still got to put him in. And that he did. 2 goals, he must be thinking about a possible hat-trick, I would think.
England throw. Looking at the goal from the other side, clearly shows the cross and the paucity of marking. Bylick. Typical piece of Stevie Hodge cover. Stephen. Dorigo. Lineker. Gascoigne. That's good running. Good combination. And Bull. Well, they were cut apart again, Czechoslovakia, all by the pass and return, Hodge making the run, found by Gascoigne. And I think Bull may be a little disappointed that that wasn't a better header. Right. Gascoigne. Stephen. Beautifully away from Bilek. And the goalkeeper having to adjust his position. Bull with a back header, Robson. And Czechoslovakia survive in spite of their frailties. It's a poor ball by Moravcik. And England, who have found goals difficult to come by this season, only 3 in 5 matches before this one, have the opportunity here to make the statistics look a great deal better. Gascoigne for the return. Kubek stands off him. And the free kick given. There's no doubt the Tottenham man is enjoying himself. Mark Wright joining those already forwards. Bull, and then it got a flick, I think, off Lineker as well, or off Robson as well. Injured player is Straka. First one up for it was Bull, and in fact it was only his head. I say only, that seems less than fair.
It's just an occasion where he might have wanted his hair a little bit longer there, but he got up there again, challenged well. Good free kick from Paul Gascoigne. He whips in his free kicks very well, as you see. Rather than just hang them up, they go in at pace. It makes it very difficult for goalkeepers and defenders to adjust, and just couldn't quite get over it, Stevie Bull.
Well, in the middle of the substitutes, Tony Daly. All the others have played before, but Tony Daly hasn't. Aston Villa winger might fancy his chances of crossing the ball to look for Stevie Bull's head and add another dimension for the England manager to consider. Lineker. And again. Dixon. Robson. It's good play, Robson. Was he held? Certainly they're appealing, but the referee says no. Robson only has one boot. Really looked as though he was held by Kotzian. Maybe a bit of a balance for the one England got away with against Brazil. It's Butcher's header. Over Stephen, but only down to Kubik. It's good Ivy. Kubik. Gets through the crowd. Robson, it was nice interplay here. And Bull showing good touch, getting the ball in, and it did look as though there was a bit of a push and pull then by the defender Kotzian.
Definitely there, a little tug of the right arm, but good little subtlety by Stevie Bull, very aware of Brian Robson joining him, and you know, we say he's an instinctive finisher, but now and again we see things like that, and he is adding that part to his all-round game all the time.
Lineker trying to get away from Kinnear. Dixon just inside, takes it well, Dixon. Bull! But well played, Lee Dixon. That was his best moment of the match. He took it really well. Should be a smile on his face. Saw the gap, came through with pace, controlled the ball well. Good cross, and Bull a little underneath it, unfortunately for him and for Dixon. It deserved a good finish.
Shake of the head there by Stevie Bull. He knows he should have tucked that away. But I think a superb, well, run and cross by Lee Dixon, which he does so well for Arsenal. I think just now settling down into the runner game, and it's good to see him doing that, because that's what you've got to do, transfer your form at club level into international. There he is, scurrying by, kept it down very well, and Stevie Bull will know that that should have been his hat-trick, and I'm sure nobody would have got the match ball off him then.
Here's again. Kuriga is in the middle. Butcher's challenge. Kubik. And the free kick is given from an interesting position. Kubik has immediately gone to where the infringement took place. Bilek goes to get the ball. Which of the two will take it? Bilek is on the right, on the left rather, and Kubik on the right. Kubik 8, Bilek 7. It's Kubik, and it's beautifully placed in the corner. And they all turn to look at David Seaman, who will be very disappointed. But it was low, and it seemed to me to go round the wall. Yes, one man moved in a little bit, actually, to jump and challenge. Stevie Hodge, I think.
I think they're conscious of that first half one, when in fact he put it over at the near post, and David Seaman's taken just a stride to his left. You see as he takes it, he goes to his left, suddenly realises it's going the side that really the wall is lined up for it to come that side, and unfortunately can't get back in time. And that will be disappointed for him, really, because he, as you say, he hasn't had a lot to do this half, and then suddenly a free kick. He has got a sweet left foot, though, Kubik, but really, I think everyone in the wall and everything looked round a little bit disappointed.
And so a game that England were winning at a counter, it seemed to be a question of how many more goals might be added. Suddenly there's only one goal between the teams, 3-2. Lineker gets the free kick for the obstruction. Kinnear can't quite believe it. There was a bit of an arm which made contact with the chin, and I think that's good enough reason for the French referee to say free kick. Butcher is up, Wright joins him. Ball, of course, is there as well. Gascoigne takes. Not his best. It was aimed for Lineker, well covered by Kinnear. Gascoigne again. And he and Stephen on opposite wavelengths. Bajlik. Kotzian made a good forward run. Wright's challenge. So left again, but he sent a telegram ahead of it. And Bull had to pull back. Stephen did well to hang on, but then gave the ball away. I suppose, like most matches for a manager, there are pluses and minuses, but there have been a few minuses in the last 2 or 3 minutes. It was a comfortable victory for England. The expressions on the faces have changed on the English bench. Gascoigne. Thank you very much. Suddenly the smile is back. That little piece of magic brings a smile to everyone's face, not least his. And Gascoigne making absolutely sure that the manager knows what he's done. It was all dropping away. Dorigo played the ball in. Gascoigne doesn't seem to change pace, but he gets away from people. And the finish was a delight. In the last minute.
Runs with the ball, takes it wide of the defender, doesn't have to really go past him, hits it with his left foot. A superb strike, and I think that probably just guarantees Paul Gascoigne getting the headlines just ahead of Stevie Bull. They're definitely the 2 pluses of the evening, though.
I don't think there can be any doubt that Gascoigne will be in the squad. The interesting choice for Bobby Robson is to replace for him in the team. Not the easiest, because there's got to be a place in Bobby Robson's mind in the England team for Messrs Waddle and Barnes, obviously.
I think that's the problem. If you play with those 2 wide, who don't tackle back as Trevor Stephen and Stevie Hodge has done tonight, it then would leave Brian Robson a bit exposed in the central midfield area. Whereas this evening, when Paul Gascoigne has gone forward, you know, Hodge and Stephen has done very well just tucking in and helping out. So that's one of those problems, but I'm sure Bobby Robson will be quite happy to think about that one anyway.
Yes, and I suppose you could just play 1 up and an extra covering man. Well, that's for Bobby Robson to resolve. If this was the main question of the night, the answer is very much in the affirmative. Gascoigne surely has pleased Bobby Robson. Big conversation going on with 2 goalkeepers, but this is the man that all the media will want to talk to. Dixon, who made a very good start, and Steve Bull, who also, after a few difficult touches early on, scored a couple of cracking goals to push his case a bit more. This man, though, David Seaman, will be rather disappointed. Pat on the back from Peter Shilton. And Bobby Robson, well, he's got Denmark to follow, Uruguay to follow, by which time his mind will be made up. But the question is, with his squad, how will he use them? But the result here, England 4, Czechoslovakia 2.
Bobby, the inevitable first question, you said it was the big test, the big chance for Paul Gascoigne. He was involved in making 3 of the goals. He scored the other goal. What more could he have done?
No, the boy obviously has played very well and gave an exciting performance. Some of the things he did was exciting. The goal he made for Bull, for instance, Bull's second goal with a dribble, he dribbled like a winger. I mean, he did a Barnes and a Waddle. And actually, without those two on the pitch tonight, we needed, you know, some dribbling ability, and Gascoigne obviously did that. So he's done very well. The one thing which I am delighted about with him, really, was his industry as well, because he has ploughed all over the pitch, really. He's got his socks down at the end. In fact, I nearly took him off because he was suffering from
Before the goal?
Oh, yeah, well, he was suffering from a bit of cramp, and at 3-2, it's tight. We don't want to lose through a midfield player, maybe not, you know, being able to get about on the pitch. So he found a little bit of energy right at the end there to score the marvellous goal. But Wright and Dorigo, who both came on with fresh legs, worked the goal as well. They had, you know, a lot to play in it, because Wright brought the ball out of defence very well, travelled a long way. Dorigo capitalised with a run down the left-hand side, and Paul Gascoigne came from nowhere to get in advance of the two strikers and score, you know, this individual goal. It was a wonderful night and a wonderful finish for him.
Overall, 16 games unbeaten now, the longest in the world, I was being told today. Longest unbeaten run in the world.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. I would doubt
It is.
that. Well, then that's a tribute to the players, and that's, you know, a great credit to the players, you know, after we had some pretty sort of fearful attacks 2 years ago in the summer. But the team have kind of kept their nerve, and they've worked hard, and they've had this marvellous run, and, you know, I'm very pleased for them. They deserve that.
Good night.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, indeed, a very good night. And good night.